Hello, good evening. I'm Mark, and welcome to my channel. I'm going to do YouTube videos throughout the year, um, going through little strategies as I learn things more about myself, which will hopefully in turn help other people. Last year, I decided to stop drinking, and I've now been sober for 3 months. I feel great for it. And I've managed that by learning some things about myself and some strategies and techniques. And as I learn stuff, I become stronger physically, mentally, and I'm certainly moving towards a different chapter in my life now. So I've just had a coaching session with one of my coaches, and I'm going to sort of reiterate it. There's a sort of motto that I live by: the greatest teachers are those that teach what they have yet to know. So I'm still in the learning process of all this, and I believe that this is the best time to teach it. So I'll go into it now then. The session's going to be about the 6 human needs, the 6 basic human needs that we have, 4 primary ones and then 2 after that. Sometimes taught as Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And if you can use these principles to find some things out about yourself, you can identify sort of what your addictions and what your behaviours are sort of doing for you. So in my sense with alcohol, it no longer served me, but it was definitely meeting a couple of the needs there. So there's 4 primary needs, and the words that we use here are just a language representation for a feeling of emotion, and you can maybe use different words if different words fit better for you, then use them. So the first one is certainty. Hello, Kitty. The first one is certainty. So I've written down there what I like to be certain of, and that's my income with my job, and that I've got a roof over my head. But there's other things that we can find certainty with. And if you look at alcohol, you definitely get the certainty that you're going to have a change of state if you continue to take alcohol in. So you can serve a human need by using alcohol. Also with smoking, you can serve a need. So it's funny how like them 2 things that I've done in the past also serve my need of certainty in some way. So just have a think of how certainty, how you get certainty in your life as a need, or if it indeed is something that you do need. Now, because God's great, He's just thrown uncertainty in there as the second human need, which would pretty much it's why I feel conflicted a lot of the time. Because I have a need to be I need a variety in my life. So my career thus far has given me great variety, and also certainty. I get a wage each month. I know what that wage is going to be, but I don't always know where I'm going to be or what I'm going to be doing. So it gives me 2 of those human needs, which is good, right? But also other things that I use in my life, let's use alcohol again, will all give you uncertainty at some point if you continue to take it in. You know, I know that my state's going to change, my energy's going to change, and the way that I go about doing things is going to change if I keep drinking alcohol. So it gives me certainty in that something's going to change, and uncertainty is that when it all changes, what's going to happen? Am I going to get arrested? You know, am I going to meet somebody new? Am I going to make a new connection? I certainly know that the way that I communicate with people will definitely change, and my vibration will change the more I drink. So that's how, that's how. Also risk, I think. I put down uncertainty, variety, and risk. So it could be something different, like you could just eat something new, you could try something new, and that fulfills the need. Um, but I think with me, the risk element is I will increase the level of risk to get more uncertainty to fulfill that need greater. Um, so there's another one, right? So the third one is significance, and that's a feeling of importance, to feel like you are, you know, um, yeah, better than other people sometimes. So you can sometimes see people getting significance by doing things that aren't sort of in line with their values. So the sort of phrase that comes to mind is that I would blow other people's candles out to make mine shine brighter. So I've got the brightest candle, but to do that, I've sacrificed other people's candles. I've done it in a sort of a negative way. So I think that's the first one that stands out to me as where you'll go against other people to make yourself feel better. It's a need that you've met in a way that isn't good to other people. I suppose with drinking, getting certainty, uncertainty, I get the need in a way that's not good to myself, but it's not really being direct to other people there. Then the fourth need, so these are the four primary ones: certainty, uncertainty, significance, and then the fourth is love, but we sometimes settle for connection. And it's really, really important, because if a newborn baby isn't given love, it will die. I know that's a horrible sort of way of putting it, but if we don't get that connection and love from other people, we will die. And I think that's why we see so many people depressed. I think we live in a modern day and age where people live segregated from their families. And that need isn't being met the same way that it used to. I read a thing about intergenerational living with a family that travelled over from Spain to America. It was an Italian family that travelled over to America, and they lived with grandparents, parents, and grandchildren, all in one home in intergenerational living. And they had a longer life expectancy and less health issues, and it was solely down to living with other people, and they felt more connected and they had more love. So that when that human need is met correctly, you can have a longer life expectancy, I guess. How beautiful is that? Then there's two more needs. Growth, which is something I'm focusing on myself right now a lot. I'm trying to grow into somebody who can manage my own business, be a businessman as I transition out of my job. So I'm learning a lot all the time. But I also find that growth is a need that's met through my extreme sports, through rollerblading, through snowboarding. I'm always progressing, I'm learning new things, and that makes me feel good inside. And that serves a need for me. And then the sixth is contribution. If you don't give back to people, then you don't have that feeling of contribution, and I think that one's really overlooked. And I don't think we do it enough. I certainly don't. Maybe this video is a way of me giving back. Hey, so I'm just going to flip the page. I'd say that my two primary needs are certainty and uncertainty, which is why I had a relationship with alcohol for so long that was quite destructive to myself, because it provided both of those needs really well. And I think as you look at other people, you can figure out what their basic needs are and how you can influence them, and whether you're looking at yourself to influence change upon yourself, or whether you're looking at other people to influence positive change for them. You can find these basic needs in them and which ones